Hello, StarCraft Remastered fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft Remastered! Today, we have a game between Drona Zerg and GunBars on Fighting Spirit. In the top right-hand corner of the map, we have the brown Zerg player. It is Drona Zerg. Whoa, I forgot how much you can zoom. Every time I forget, you guys. Whee! So far. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the purple Terran player. It is GunBars. GunBars. All right, got this replay off of BWReplays.com. Both players had pretty high APMs, around 200 or so throughout the game on average. I think Drona will pull that up here soon enough. Some players don't like spamming in the early game, but towards the mid and late game, that's when a lot of stuff is happening, and that's where that 200 APM starts to kick back in. So a ZVT edition of StarCraft Remastered should get a PVT up here sooner rather than later. Been doing a lot of PvZ and ZVT recently with the Remastered and Brood War stuff. Do you guys prefer just regular Brood War if I'm casting non-remastered stuff, or do you like the Remastered? Which one do you prefer? I mean, I feel like probably there are two separate groups of people and they each watch what they like, but if you watch both, which one are you a bigger fan of? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. And because right now it's just kind of like whatever I can find. Do I have a really amazing regular Brood War cast I can do? Let's do that. If I don't, or if I just did one recently, then maybe I'll give StarCraft Remastered a try too. Because it is fun. It is fun to do StarCraft Remastered. Get the old Brood War music in the background. It brings back the memories. You guys, music brings back like nostalgia more than anything else, right? Do you feel that way? I feel that way, 100% for sure. Music that I listened to when I was 14 and 15 years old brings me back to those days when I was in middle school and high school. Music from Elwyn Forest from World of Warcraft brings me back to when I was playing World of Warcraft with my human paladin, my first character ever, and had no idea what I was doing. It was back in vanilla, but it was like the most absorbing single game experience I've ever had. And I mean, part of that was maybe not knowing what I was doing anyway. And the music from StarCraft Brood War 2 takes me back to the days when I was playing so much StarCraft with my friends. Playing the Zerg, really crushing them until I met one player who knew how to shut down my super Gosu strategy of expanding everywhere and just making 100 Mutalisks. That was my strategy, you guys. It worked against my friends, but not on the ladder, unfortunately. I seriously was expansion crazy back in those days. I figured it out. I was like, all right, how this works is the more expansions you have, the more income you have. And as Zerg, you can make a lot of units at a time. So the more income, the better. And it worked as long as nobody went around and killed all your expansions, which some people didn't know how to do back in those days, it turns out. Anyway, good scouting here from the purple Terran player, GunBars. Looks like we have some observers here, too. I don't know where they are. I mean, we're visioning everyone, so maybe there's an observer thing put on in here, built in the StarCraft Remastered. That would be nice. Overlord pops. You don't get the sounds for units popping out of eggs in the replays. Have you noticed that? Everything else is there. We get the sound of mining, we get the sound of attacking, we get the sound of burrowing. It's just stuff popping is totally mute. Don't know why. Seems like a bug. I'm not sure if Blizzard's going to consider fixing that or not. All right, so second base is done for our purple Terran player. Second base has been done for a while for Drona Zerg. Should we just call him Drona? I think we'll just call him Drona from now on. Engineering bay on the way for upgrades and them missile turrets, which are pretty important against Zerg, especially considering we should see a Spire at some point from Drona Zerg. They just don't really skip Spire most of the time. Even if they don't make many mutas, just having it available is good if your opponent is going drop heavy with drop ships, or if for some reason they're making wraiths, which we did see in a lower level StarCraft Remastered game a while ago, but not so much in the higher level ones because they're bad. Yep, Hydralisk Den. Tech of choice from Drona today. Marines just hanging out. Hey, Marines. Hey, Marines. I know you guys like it when I zoom in on here because every once in a while somebody will post, oh, Archons have legs, they'll say, or, Hydralisk spines look different than I thought they did. Yeah, the combination of being able to zoom in and the higher fidelity on these units, on these models, really helps with that kind of a thing. Additional barracks on the way, going to be a bio play for sure out of our Terran player, getting +1 attack for those Marines and them fire bats and them ghosts and getting stim here at the Academy. All right, so far so good for our Terran player. Zergling chasing around this SCV. Do you have speed? Ah, working on it. Working on speed for the Zerglings, but not quite there yet. And actually going right for Lurker is Drona here. All right, man. You do you. You go right for Lurker against this Terran player, and you know what? You might succeed. There's a lot of Marines here, and they are pretty chewy. Pretty chewy, crispy, delicious when it comes to Lurker play. 4 barracks going to be done here for our Terran player sooner rather than later. Keeping up with the supply depot construction. Excellent job here by the Terran player. And Lurkers by themselves, maybe Hydro Lurker going to be a better combination. Lurkers by themselves, they're more support units. Unless your opponent is really bad. I mean, I played a StarCraft Remastered game a while ago where I just basically went Lurker against a Protoss opponent who had nothing but Corsairs and Zealots, and it turns out it went pretty well for me. The Zealots did not do well against the Lurkers, and Corsairs can't shoot down, so yeah. I mean, when I say don't go mass something, you can in really weird situations. Your opponent's doing crazy stuff, and that's how you know you're a good player, is if you can react to really crazy strategies and be fine with it. I mean, I'm not a really great player, but I have the ability to kind of sometimes switch up my strategies as necessary. Macro hatch on the way here inside the main base for Drona. I'm not sure why he's not taking a third. I feel like he could. He's got 2 Lurkers morphing at this third base location. I think he's going to put them at this ramp over here, top of the ramp. A good place for them, especially against Marines. And then expand to this third base when it's protected. But guess who's attacking at the 6-minute mark? Here comes Marines and medics from GunBars, killing a Zergling or 2 out here in the middle of the map and then going for it. But there are Lurkers burrowed, and there's a spine here. I don't know about this. Yeah, enough to chase away our Terran player. If he was a little bit better, he'd have more Marines than this and be able to scan and split out, but there are already 4 Lurkers up. Wow, 4 Lurkers up and a sunken colony ready to go. Checking to see if there's an expansion here. Is our Marine from GunBars. And where did those Lurkers go? I don't think they died. Maybe they came all the way back here to defend against this kind of attack. So pretty good contained setup so far. If you're sticking your Terran player, or Zerg player rather, on 2 bases, that's good for you. Getting speed for Hydralisks. That's the muscular augments upgrade. Oh, did the Lurkers get back here? What? Did he drop them back here? I don't know how it's, unless they walked. Dang it, I don't know what happened. Can I back this up at all? I mean, I can pause it, apparently. Whoa, whoa. I can. Oh, wow. All right. Okay, but I need to go back to when they came back here. I did not know this was a possibility. Is it a drop? Oh, it's a Lurker drop. I saw this Overlord here on the minimap, and I thought he was just scouting. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, so slow drop, like incredibly slow drop on this guy. Taking missile turret shots to the head. Oh, that's why he's dead. And there's the stim, and 2 Lurkers do manage to burrow. 1 Lurker dies before we can get a shot off, though. Woo! Big group of Marines died there, though. And then pretty good splits on the Marines to make sure that nobody else has to die to clear those Lurkers out. So fairly effective. Decent trade, but that's a lot of resources invested into a single Lurker. I believe, I want to say it's 200 gas. Maybe just 100 gas to upgrade a Hydralisk into a Lurker. More drop play. Is he getting speed? Pneumatized Carapace? Oh, he is. He's getting it here at his lair here in the main base. All right, good. So he's going to have speed overlords with drop, which is better than non-speed overlords with drop. Once again, the contain working out pretty well for our Terran player. And he's just going all Marines all the time. Now starting to get a factory with an added machine shop, getting a starport too, as his initial attack was not enough to kill the Zerg player. He's moving into mid-game type strategies, and here comes our drop from Drona. Dronas are going to head down this right side. Going to get scouted by this Marine, though. If GunBars is paying attention here, he'll be able to see exactly what is coming his way, and exactly what is coming his way is pretty scary stuff. Marine trying to take these guys out by himself. Roar, roar, dropping a Hydralisk to get rid of him. And who wins? Hydralisk just barely, though. 6 hit points remaining on that dude. One more shot from the Marine would have killed him. Missile turrets in construction here for detection and anti-air, I believe, is the combination here. Anything in this bunker? No, because the lights are off and nobody's home. So he's just going to drop right here in the front and say, you know what? Go for it. Marines stimming on in, trying to do this. Missile turrets firing. Lings dropping out. Hydras dropping out. Lurkers dropping out. How many lurkers are here? 3 lurkers are here. 1 getting focused down fairly quickly. More lurkers joining the party, and this is not looking good for our Terran player. He has to bring all of his units back home. The splash damage from the lurkers doing terrible work here against the really squishy Marine and medic bodies. So 2 lurkers remaining with another one morphing in on this lurker egg. Stab, 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 stab. They don't do extra damage versus buildings, or I guess armored stuff. Another Hydralisk group trying to join the party here against these Marines. The Marines do have +1 attack and this medic support too. Look at this Marine go, getting healed up very, very nicely until the lurkers join the party, and then all of a sudden everyone's dead. Yeah, that did not go as well. Trying to dodge and trying to split. Pretty good splits from GunBars there. But there are still lurkers remaining, and the scan wore off, and now the scan is here, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, this is 6 kills and 5 kills on those lurkers. More lurkers joining the party. This is pretty intense. I don't like where this is going for our Terran player, if you ask me. This natural base is in a lot of trouble, and if he loses this, he's on 1 base against a 2-basing Zerg. Probably should be expanding behind this. Honestly, this is a pretty strong attack from Drona. Setting up siege tank in siege mode, and from distance, that's a pretty good answer to these lurkers. Wow, 2 kills with 2 shots. Effective. This is more lurker stuff. More lurker stuff. Morphing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lurkers is Dorona. 56 supply to 60 supply. Somehow, someway, GunBars has more supply than his opponent. Continuing, making a science vessel for detection and for irradiation. This tank could join the party, and he is. He's going to come over here as soon as I start clicking on him, which is exactly what he wants to do. All right, so maybe we could drop inside the main base, says Drona Zerg. We're going to give that a shot. Maybe drop inside the main. There's really nothing here to stop this. Trying to build some missile turrets now, but not looking good. Not enough time. Absolutely not. Lurkers brewing right inside these production facilities. And you know what? These Marines that are popping out of these barracks going to be in a lot of trouble, if you ask me. Trying to get rid of missile turrets so that it can't scan for them anymore. Getting distracted by Marines. Another one dropping here by this main mineral line. It is being detected, but it doesn't really matter if you don't have enough units to actually do anything about it. Wow, look at this placement. There is a science vessel. Okay, so permanent detection for the science vessel. Nothing is hurting it from the Zerg army right now. There are no Hydralisks present, as it turns out. But losing, can't afford to lose these barracks. These Marines keep coming out to try to deal with this stuff, and it's just not enough, I don't think. Detection is great and all, but you still need the units to actually kill these dudes. 4 kills, 6 kills. Oh, one did get destroyed by something. Was it an irradiate? Maybe it was an irradiate. Yeah, science vessel energy is very low right now. Probably going to irradiate off there. Hard to see on burrowed units, but it does work. Oh, the natural base is dead too. Lurkers attack it up in this location. That's real bad. Forcing a liftoff of that command center. Our Terran player is in a lot of trouble today. Now he's on that 1 base we previously mentioned. Tank versus lurker. Even not sieged, tank is pretty good. Pick up and run? Nope, just burrowing or trying to burrow. Anyway, science vessel joining the party, and these overlords getting burned out of the sky by Marines. So stabilizing a teeny tiny bit here is GunBars, as all of the lurkers are removed from his main base. There's still a Hydralisk at his natural, which is not ideal. This overlord doesn't have anything in it, or they're reinforcing units coming down. Yep, more Hydras joining the party. +1 attack on those dudes, and they have the range. Do they have the group spines upgrade? I don't know, actually. Should probably take a look at that. And for all the attack these barracks took, only 1 of them actually died. And the rest are being repaired. Oh, Hydralisks joining the party. Where did these guys come from? I guess they got dropped. Taking out supply depots, trying to supply block the Terran player, trying to stand in here and fight, but no. Not with medic support. Not with +1/+1. That is for sure. Not with this many Marines. Alright, so now stabilizing? Nope, more Hydras joining the party. It's really hard to stabilize when your opponent just keeps flooding you with units like this. And a 3rd base coming up along this right side for Dorona, just about there. Hydralisks check to see, is our natural base back? No, but there's a single tank, which is not in siege mode, and which is bad. There's a tank on the high ground, though, which already has 4 kills. So maybe don't walk into that one. SCV Scouts does see that 3rd base is present, and Marines, once again, pretty good against the Hydras in a straight-up type situation. Again, especially with the upgrades. +2 attack is done. Wow, the upgrades continuing to happen here for GunBars. 56 supply for the Terran player and 60 supply for the Zerg player. He just made a bunch of Mutalisks, though. That's not good. That's not good news. He's got 9 of them with some Scourge support. I guess maybe to take out the Science Vessel, but once again, Marines are kind of the answer to all of this stuff. If you have enough Marines, you're going to be okay. Mutas are flying on in here to try to harass Marines. Problematic. Dropship trying to get picked off by the Mutas. No, get saved. Get saved with 30 hit points. Irradiate. Nice irradiate. Split out. Split out the wounded Mutalisk. No. What is happening? Okay, he finally figured it out. But that went really poorly for the Zerg player. This is an insane game. Lurkers burrowing at the front are doing pretty well against these Marines in smaller numbers without tank support or Science Vessels. Come on, Science Vessels, get up here. Help it out. I would not be surprised, honestly, if the Terran player wins this thing. He is in a fairly good position. Still sitting on 2 bases. A big attack of Marines wandering on up here. The Mutalisks are already severely injured. And they get picked out of the sky immediately by these dudes. Medic trying to heal as best she can. Pretty much healing just one of these guys and then failing miserably. But the Hydralisks getting killed out here too. Wow. The upgrades really helping the Terran player right here. More Hydras trying to join the party, but they're coming in 2 or 3 at a time, which is enough when you have this many coming in 2 or 3 at a time. Got 8 of them. And now this medic is going to be destroyed. I always have the worst death animations, do medics, I feel like. Ugh. Their arms and their legs explode off, and it's not ideal. Not even remotely ideal. Creep colony and sunken colony here at this 3rd base, trying to defend against attacks of the Terran player. More and more Hydralisks on the way. Is he working on upgrades for these dudes? Not really. Evolution chamber is quiet. Hydralisk Den is pulsing, but there's nothing upgrading on it, so I don't know how that works. All right, so a lot of Marines, a lot of medics. Good combination here with +1 armor done for these medics too. Tanks have no upgrades, but I don't think it really matters. And here we go. Positioning is going to be everything for the Terran player. Can he set it up to where he can hit these Lurkers from distance? Oh boy. Oh boy, these Lurkers and these Scourge heading on down here too. Lurkers are set up. One gets murdered before it can actually burrow, and the Marines trying to spread as best they can. Defensive Matrix play on the Marine, trying to take the... Yes, excellent job absorbing, tanking the damage there. A lot of people died there. A lot of Marines and medics died there, but a lot of Lurkers died too. That was several dead Lurkers. Are we ready to rock? 1, 2, 3 Marines. I don't know if we're ready to rock. There are not that many Marines here. 5 Marines. Front sunken colony done, though. This game is pretty intense right now. Ladies and gentlemen, as the music gets quiet, I mean, do you irradiate? I guess you're irradiating the Lurker. Yep, irradiating the Lurker. That's enough to kill it. Does enough damage to kill a Lurker all by its lonesome. And then finishing it off very easily there, too. Yeah, it's not a lot of Marines, but some reinforcements join the party. Natural base in a lot of trouble here. Some Lurkers trying to come on in. No, the Scourge trying to hit. Getting burned out of the sky by the Marines. Excellent target firing by GunBars there. And suddenly our Zerg player in a heap of trouble. 33 supply to 78 supply for the Terran. Marching up the ramp into the main base. Is this our victory march for GunBars? It sure seems like it is. Zerglings getting massacred. All that is being really made here for the Zerg player is Zerglings and maybe a couple Hydras, and it's just not going to be enough. The Marines, when they're this close to your main base and they're burning down your spawning pool like that, whoosh! Bad news. All right, Hydras do take out a couple of the Science Vessels, but I don't think it really matters at this point. Hydralisks are getting killed before they can turn themselves into Lurkers by any stretch here, and this is going to be it. I don't see how the Zerg player wins this thing. Oh, especially with this giant attack. Moving on in to the 3rd base as well. Lurker tries to burrow, gets murdered immediately. Couple Hydras defending, not going to be enough. Drones can't mine when there are Marines back behind this, and that's the good game from Jonazerg. Jonazerg is defeated, and GunBars is your victor today. What an amazing little back and forth there. That was really good. Really good stuff by both of these players. Excellent aggression out of the Zerg. That's what I like to see. I love to see aggression from the Zerg player. And you know what? I forgot. We can do this. we can take a look at some of the end stats here. Yeah, there we go. So produced about the same, actually. And if you're a Terran player against a Zerg player, you produce about the same. You're going to be all right. Killed more, 157 to 134. Lost 134 to 147. So pretty even across the board on that one. APM 263 to 139. I guess the Zerg player never really got up to quite what I expected it to be. And income minerals mined heavier for the Terran player, but otherwise bigger for Drona. Just more cost efficient, I'd have to say, is how that worked. So fantastic. Hope you enjoyed that, because I really, really enjoyed casting it. What a comeback by the Terran player. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another StarCraft Remastered upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.